Fight for God, honor, country, family, yourself, I do not care. You fight!
What is up, guys, and welcome back to yet again another Visualized History and Lore video. It is July 3rd, and the Confederates are in Pennsylvania. 2 days of attacking. The first day was wildly successful for the Confederate Army under General Lee against the newly appointed General Meade. Day 2 was devastating for the Union Army, with General Longstreet, I had to remember, coming through the wheat field, destroying the Union Army Union Corps under Sykes, along with elements of the 3rd, 5th, and 2nd Corps, ending at the Little Round Top of Corps. And Culp's Hill, all in confusion. The Confederates are only a mile away from the Union supply train on the Baltimore Turnpike and cutting off the Union Army from its return route home to Washington. General Lee orders a central attack, seeing how successful both flanking attacks were the day before. He wants a three-pronged attack. He wants the attack on the right to continue, he wants the attack on Culp's Hill to continue, and he wants a full frontal attack from Pickett's newly arrived division onto this clump of trees here in the center on Seminary Ridge. Guys, we have a Pickett's Charge battle for you today. Welcome back to Visualized History and Lore. We are playing on the Hardcore Subbot 1.5H. If you want this amazing subbot with all these awesome battle changes, then hop onto the Discord down below. We will show you we will show you how that's Union artillery getting into the position, seeing the Confederate army massing. We will help you install it, we will help you play, and you can organize amazing battles like this. But this one happens to come from the 69th North Carolina people. Today we have, oh god, let me see if I can remember them all. We have 69th North Carolina Moore, Vankowski, and Grail versus 69th North Carolina Drifter, RJ, and Hugs, I believe. And so the Vankowski, Moore, and Grail team are on this side of the field. The Grail, Hugs, and Drifter are the Confederates attacking the clump of trees, obviously, in Seminary Ridge. This is again, a 3v3. This is about half the original scale. I think each army is about 3,500 men. That would put about, somewhere around 7,000 to 10,000 men, with the original force attacking about 14,000. So we're a little over half scale for both sides in terms of actual men on the battlefield. But regardless, guys, it's going to be an amazing 3v3. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and let's go ahead and jump into this. So right now, the replay came from the Union side of the field, so I can see all their forces. I'm going to give you a quick army comp. Take a little bit for the Confederate army to come across the field, but as they appear, I'll try my best to get the army comps from those guys too. Well, let's pop over here. Alright. So on the far left, starting with the Union First Corps, looks like Union First Corps has three cavalry contingents. Yeah, looks like 3 Union mid-war cavalry is on this left side of the field, but mainly taking up the left side of the field, coming up the road here, is the Union Second Corps. Now I don't know exactly who's playing all these corps, but again, you guys know who's on each side of the field, and they'll know. So the leading elements of the Second Corps are going to be the Irish Brigade, an entire brigade size of the Irish Brigade, 3 units of them. Cadwell's division. We got here. So Cadwell's division lead the way, followed by Hayes' division, and 69th Pennsylvania and 72nd Pennsylvania. And the final reserve, their elites, is the 1st Minnesota, 20th Massachusetts Harbor Regiment, and the 39th New York Baldy Guard. I never know how to say that. Being led by General Hancock, of course, of the 2nd Corps. There are times when the Corps commander's life does not count, and that will be 2nd Corps today. Coming with 10-pounder 4-gun section of battery. They have a Union early war up on the front, followed by 2 units of skirmishers and a sharpshooting unit. Alright, the actual 1st Corps taking up the center. We have 2 3-inch 4-gun batteries being led by... Where's 1st Corps General? Where is 1st Corps General? I don't know where it is. I have no clue where 1st Corps General is. Alright, we'll find him eventually. Oh, here he is. Shit, right in front of me. Doubleday. So Doubleday, of course, took over for Reynolds after he was killed on the first day. This is very historical. 1st Corps' leading elements is being led by the 95th Pennsylvania, Doubleday's division, Wadsworth division, some skirmish units, a sharpshooter unit, bucktail brigades. Looks like 2 right there. 2 bucktail brigades. Yep, 2 bucktail brigades. Another bucktail back here. No, so this. Oh wait, skirmisher and bucktail. 2 bucktails back there, and it looks like we have Union veteran followed by 2 Iron Brigade, and that is 1st Corps. 2nd Corps, which will be up here at the top of Seminary Ridge, will have 2 20-pound rifles along with a 3-inch 4-gun battery and a 5th. Yeah, so this is 5th Corps. So, hang on, who is this then? This 2nd Corps. Okay, 2nd Corps artillery looks like it's over here with 2-gun 20-pounder Parrott rifle. Sorry, it's a lot of words are jammed into a single sentence. But we have a standard Union general over here leading 5th Corps. 2 3-inch 4-gun batteries, 2 skirmishers, and a sharpshooter. Seems like a popular pattern there. A volunteer infantry, 5th New York. Drew Rees-Wobbs is an elite volunteer, Union veteran, elite, star, volunteer. Another star here, followed by 2 volunteers. That looks like that's how he groups his brigades. He has 2 standard or lesser infantries mixed in with a star unit. So that's pretty smart. So 2 volunteers mixed in with a star unit, his Drew Rees-Wobbs. 2 volunteers mixed in with a star unit, his Union veteran. A Union veteran mixed in again with 2 standard volunteers. We got Barnes division, volunteer in the back. Of course, his standard Union general. He also has a unit of Union mid-war cavalry. So that is the entirety of the Union Army. Some Confederate late war being driven back here. 1st Corps being led by a standard Confederate general who has 12-gun 4-gun section of Napoleons and a 12-gun 4-gun section of 24-pound howitzers. A lot of skirmishers leading the way, trying to soak up some of the shots. There are early wars coming back, and he has another early war here. He has 3 units of so he looks like he has 1st Corps has 2 sharpshooter units here. You see the 1st leading element of Pickett's division itself coming up the field. 3rd Corps has some skirmishers and a 11th Mississippi Volunteer reserve, Van Dorn's reserve. These are essentially like Berdan's sharpshooters. They have sharpshooter rifles except they're red instead of green. They have 2 early war again back here. 3rd Corps is revealing some of his 4-gun 3 inches. 2nd Corps already firing off their 2 4-gun sections of 12-pounders, and their entire army coming into play now with the Louisiana Tigers leading their center. The 6th North Carolina Johnson's division and Allegheny Johnson, and 2nd Maryland itself, and Gordon's brigade in the back. Gordon stepping off, my 2nd Maryland leading with Allegheny Johnson's division. 3rd Alabama, 14th North Carolinians, Baldwin Blues. Let's get a zoom in on these guys. These guys are pretty cool. And then we have again the Montgomery True Blues. Let's see these guys quite a bit. Again, awesome looking units. And okay, so 1st Corps coming into view here, more of it at least. There's that Pickett's division we saw earlier. We have, looks like all of Pickett's division is forming this left flank. We have some volunteer mixed in with it to help soak up some of the kills. A lot of volunteer along the front. McClaw's coming up in support, who again took up for 1st Corps after Hood was wounded in the first day. Again, a standard Confederate general. over there. Another, who's that right there? Pickett's division. So the final unit, Pickett's division. Here in the back, we have Robert E. Lee himself helping lead the attack with, again, 2 standard Confederate generals. So there is Mr. Robert E. Lee himself helping lead the attack. Looks like 2nd Corps' cavalry has gotten out here quite a bit to scout out just where it all is going on. And it looks like this, it will literally come historically onto the attack here. 2nd Corps and 1st Corps not quite in position yet. It looks like 1st Corps is trying to rush into position here, but again, it's not good to run your troops and get them tired because they're worthless if you do that. The 2nd Corps having a very commanding lead here, actually, onto the position. They've made the majority of the ground. Historically, of course, the firing rang off over here, the artillery battle. Pickett's division was supposed to have about 15 men step off. They only ended up having 13. Of those 1,300, 500 of them died back here in the woods due to overhead artillery fire. Of course, a quarter of them were already sitting on the field for too long because of how long it took to organize the attack. So they were thrown up from heat exhaustion. So historically, they're doing quite a bit better. They have skirmishers up on the actual stone wall where Armistead will break through. And 5th Corps trying to get into position. Has a great position up here for his guns, though. Absolutely beautiful position. And his men getting into position. 3rd Corps and, yeah, a lot of 3rd Corps cavalry, 2nd Corps cavalry and skirmishers all stepping off. And they have a strong artillery position just behind their infantry support. Very beautiful. Getting lined up. 2nd Maryland. There they are. 6th North Carolina. Allegheny Johnson. Allegheny Johnson will be captured at the Battle of Spotsylvania when he is at the Mule Shoe. He is caught atop the ramparts himself because he was a big man who carried around a stick and he was whacking Yankees off the Confederate earthworks at the Mule Shoe with this big stick. Allegheny Johnson. Alright, looks like we have some initial volleys going off here. Who are the initial attacking? Some volunteers and Union veteran infantry trying to drive off these skirmisher units, and they're going to hit up pretty hard. You see the earlier cavalry contingent that was driven off. We have some dismounted cavalry going around the flank into some of these houses, trying to harass maybe the Union mid-war cavalry in some of these 20-pound sections. Try and do some damage on those guys. Yeah, getting hit pretty hard. I mean, this is, together this is maybe, 35 and 35. It's 70 dudes, less than 70 dudes now, fighting 250-man volunteer unit plus a 55-man cavalry unit that's about to charge in on them. Hopefully they get some shots off. Ooh. I mean, they're getting some shots back, but this is it's not. I mean, usually in the Civil War it ends up being about a 1-to-1 trade, and even with those numbers, this is not good. All you have to do is form that volunteer down the road here, and that would be a GG for that. And dismounted cavalry and skirmishers trying to soak up the majority of the kills here. They want to try and get these guys firing. They don't want them fresh firing on them. But I don't know. They had a strong position here. But they're waiting. 1st Corps, the time they're giving 1st Corps, the 1st Corps is now just manned the stone wall. They could have been up onto the stone wall already, but I understand why they held back, because 1st Corps was not into position yet. Again, the historical attack launched hours later than what it was supposed to, because it did not the units were not into position at the time. You see here, actually, that's 3rd Corps. I thought 3rd Corps was down here, but it's not. 2nd Corps did not step off because they are the right flank. They're not the center of the attack. 3rd Corps is coming up very, very late. If 3rd Corps was here when 2nd Corps was here, 2nd Corps could have, 1st Corps could have come up later, but that would have been, they could have had a very strong position there, but now they will come into a well-fortified attack, and this might just play out historically, unfortunately. Okay, the leading division, Anderson's division is leading here. Initially, Anderson's division in the historical battle of Gettysburg had O'Neill and Iverson's brigades in there who got ripped up along with the 5th North Carolina. Who the elements of the 5th North Carolina are from New Bern, North Carolina, where I was born. And they got bloodied very bad due to the inexperience of Iverson and O'Neill, and Anderson not being exactly on the field there when all that was going off. To micro those guys. Archer's brigade moving up again. Archer is from about 40 minutes north from where I live right now. That's where he was born, and Archer brigade is a Marylander and one of the highest generals there would be captured during the war, which he has captured, of course, along Gettysburg Road in day 1 when the First Corps arrives on the field. He will later return to help during the Pittsburgh siege, the siege of Pittsburgh. Rex Brigade behind him, South Carolinians behind them, along with the 26th North Carolina, who is actually historically on Culp's Hill right now, who broke the Iron Brigade 3 different times going up Culp's Hill to 26th North Carolina, along with the Gregs. And finally, in the final reserve, we have Selma Independent Police, Alabama volunteer units. So they are saving some of their ordnance here in the back. They're not firing off just because they don't have a good position, but I think they're saving them to move them up with the infantry. But here we go. We have a full Confederate attack coming across the open field and about to cross Gettysburg Road here and attack this strongly fortified position. Ooh, big shot going off there. See that guy laying down. Unfortunate. We just have an absolutely beautiful game here today, guys. Pickett's charging, and thank you so much to the 69th North Carolina guys for sending this in. Of course, on all my War Rights videos, the 69th North Carolina Discord chat is linked there. If you play War Rights, I highly recommend you join them. I am in it myself, and you guys are a great group of guys. Alright, using the protection, you see the Gettysburg Road here, it's quite the little lull. They're using the sharpshooters in this lull to protect them until the actual attack goes off, which has not yet. You see now the final troops are getting into the position, and any time now we should see a full attack going off against the center of the Union line. A little concerned with how clumped up 2nd Corps' army is. This is not NTW3. You do not benefit from being clumped up like this. You see, this is exactly why. Clump infantrymen, they're just dead from the Gordon's Brigade from a single shot, probably. In the Civil War, lines of battle were 2 ranks. And that's what it should be in the mod too. 3 ranks. If you're beyond 3 ranks or 2.5 ranks, even you have men in the back who are not firing. You're not utilizing the entire unit's potential. Spread them out. 2nd Corps here, 3rd Corps here looks like has the best. I like this right here. This is a well-supported attack. If they step off just like this and go forward, this is how you support an attack. This is how you attack right here. Moves those skirmishers up as he comes forward. That'll be good. I can't wait to see it step off. Looks like 2nd Corps is now starting to shift some units up. His reserve will arrive late if the attack steps off now, but if they do not step off now, it will not be good. They really need to attack this before 2nd Corps even gets here. Hopefully it's not the Irish Brigade. Is it Irish? Irish are not coming. That's fantastic. Irish are over here on the flank, aren't they? Irish are over here on the flank. Irish only have 100 range, but they have buck and ball. So for every 1 shot, they shoot 2. However, the Irish are up here where they're going to come up point blank range to be able to do a lot more damage. Those reserves should be Irish Brigade and not what they have coming up. I do not know what the attack is waiting for. The attack needs to step off now.
Our general is under attack.
Everybody's in the position. It needs to step off. There it goes. 3rd Corps, the center of the army, is now stepping off an attack. Beautiful, beautiful, guys. Well played here. Good playing. Love it, 3rd Corps. And if 1st Corps in unison with 3rd Corps stepping off down the row with, I believe, Pickett's on the far left. Yep. Nope. Volunteer on the front. Pickett's in support behind the left. Got some McClaws behind them too. Very good. Moving up to Gettysburg Road, about to cross. 2nd Corps getting ready for 1st Corps, maybe to try and swing out historically, and then to smash it the second they come through. 2nd Corps, it really is here to deter any stepping off from this massive unit force lining this defensive ridge here. They can attack this right here on its own, this gap here, without any of this coming into action. These reserves, they need to start moving. You got reserves coming up, bucktails are coming up. Those guys are elite. These guys aren't as elite, pretty good. The 20th Massachusetts, 39th New York, and 20th, and 1st Minnesota. Those guys are elite. You need to move before those guys get into action, because if they get there before you step off, it's not going to be good. All right, here we go. My 3rd Corps looks like it's going to be focusing an attack right here. This is going to be the general attack for 3rd Corps, it looks like. And 1st Corps completely come around the flank here, which I do not exactly recommend. We have 20 pounders that look like they're canistering into civilian houses, which isn't exactly atypical of Union. The Unions be canistering in the, or shooting cannon into civilians, but still. Nonetheless, it will not be good to attack those 20-pounders. Let me see. Hooker is... Doubleday is there. Hooker's on the left side of the field. Moving over to the center. Alright, shots initially going off. Anderson's division is in contact now. Shooting this infilated position with skirmishers and sharpshooters. I would attack that right there. That is, I mean, I would have attacked it 3 minutes ago, but those reserves are there now, so they'll come up any second. I don't know why they're waiting so long. They should have moved 3 minutes ago. Those reserves are coming up. Now, it may be also true that they can't see that, but obviously they know they're in full view, and that if they're in full view, they know the enemy can see them, and you know they're going to be shifting the reserves where they think they are. So, but again, look at this. They're across the Gettysburg Road now, fresh. Confederate corps are across the Gettysburg Road fresh, unlike historically where they were nowhere near fresh crossing the roads. Looks like sharpshooters are trying to take out this, successfully taking out the 20-pounder gun section. That's a smart move. Beautiful volleys going off. Who are they attacking here? Volunteer regiments. Taking the brunt of it, supported by more volunteer in the back. Looks like they focus a lot of their elites toward this side of the field where it's going to be coming up. Ooh. Pickett's division. Elements of the Pickett's division. It's on the field from 1st Corps. Come on, Archer, fire off. Nope, they're gonna keep moving. It looks like they're not stopping. They're gonna keep moving. That's good. You see here, you see some of the battle lines. Apparently, this is who sent in the replay. That you can see the battle lines moving up, trying to get on that stone wall. Taking a lot of damage here. You see, just due to how much damage they're taking all at once. 219 men. He should have a general over here. These units should be firing over the heads of these units back here. Taking a lot of damage, but hey, that's what they have to do. But they're dealing just as much. That center regiment, especially, is getting wicked ripped apart. I mean, this is just point blank at this point. Like Archers has moved up in a position just beyond this broken house here. Interesting gameplay going on here. Trying to use the roads to, I guess, flank this interior line here, I guess. While you have local superiority, they should just be up in their face, blowing them apart. Those Drury Zouaves are going to do a lot of damage. You can see they're already doing it with Anderson's division. 2nd Corps moving up. They're playing way too blocky. This is NTW3 shit right here. I mean, you cannot play like this when it comes to this mod. You have to play more Civil War. Are they charging? Are they charging? It looks like they're... Nope, they're just moving up to point blank. But point blanks don't mean shit if you're... Think of it. You're point blank if you're squished up like this. You don't have 201 men firing. You have how many of this? Maybe 50 men firing? You see only the first 2 rows there fire. See all these guys in the back here? They aren't firing. All these guys back here, they aren't firing. You have this dude lined up, stretched out, and somebody back here trying to fire over their heads or, you know, move to support. You're not doing as much damage as you think you are if you're scrunched up like that. Line of battle in Civil War is 2 ranks, guys. 2 ranks. Oh, volunteer getting ripped apart. Who are they fighting though? Some Bucktail brigades and some volunteer. I think the Bucktail is firing over their heads though. Nope, I don't think so actually. Just a volunteer in the wooded position. Oh, Union veteran there too. That's probably what was doing it. Another volunteer moving up to replace them. Remember, in the woods in this mod, if you were to say take... Oof. I told you that 20-pounder is going to do a lot of damage. But see what they don't realize here. Due to past versions in the mod, they think you can't really shoot artillery. But now with the sub mod, again, go get the sub mod. Volunteer actually do realistic damage to... Oh, Jesus. Do realistic damage to artillery. If he just tells this unit here to fire at the artillery up there, he'll kill it in 3 seconds, but he doesn't understand that. But again, due to the way the old mod was, you couldn't kill artillery really with infantry fire. He's taking a lot of damage. He's taking ridiculous damage that he would never have taken if he just devotes 3 seconds to shooting those artillery with this infantry. There's a volunteer from before who was taking a lot of damage. I think that was right here. Ooh, but 2nd Corps getting his own men. He's getting his own men too. Jesus. Yep, that's a shame because it's not even his fault. The way the old mod was, you know. Oh my God. Full charge in the center. 3rd Corps. Full charge of Archers Brigade in the center. And Anderson supporting, attacking his volunteer unit. Greg's Brigade, 2 star units moving up to support. Although they have their Anderson's division here and falling apart just due to fighting these Drury Zwabs. They're elites, they're star units. Almost broke this unit, but you have a general here supporting this plus a star unit. It's like having 2 generals near it. Now reserves coming in from the back. They're gonna have to flank this. I mean, maybe they can push something through here to get around even further. Maybe shoot this general. Get over here and shoot that general with these units. But these units can't do anything against it here. These units are star units, so these star units are gonna help provide stars for these units here too. But they can do that anywhere as long as they're in the area. Oh, okay. Hold on. Around 140 is when your men start to break. Yeah, you're just charging men into the back of your own men. You're not actually attacking the enemy. Get around here. If you line up here, you can shoot his general. If you shoot his general routes, his army will fall apart. That, or you can run up in the middle here and try and get around and flank this Barnes division in the back. But now 2nd Corps, oh, he broke it finally with Greg's Brigade's help. But again, those are those 2nd Corps reserves I was warning them about. Elites. Now another star unit's in the battle. That's just not good. And whereas now, yeah, you need more reserves behind you. Start shifting more reserves to this gap here. This gap is where they'll break. Again, due to the blunder on this left flank, just due to him not knowing about shooting artillery, he's getting driven back from that canister. And this is pretty much Armistead right here. Armistead going over the ridge and pushing them in. But again, historically, the second they start to break through, reinforcements just get flooded right in. And can never be capitalized on. You got some units breaking here. My 2nd Maryland, my poor boys, what are you doing? Getting inflated fire now from the Doubledays. They're trying to assault head on at Wadsworth. You see all the blood spurting out. Trying to assault head on a Union veteran infantry, which is not good. He's now, yeah, here he goes. He split his force in half, and now if these Irish Brigade move into position, where's the Irish Brigade at? Oh, there they are. This is done. Irish Brigade have the unfortunate fact of, you know, only having 100 range, but if they can get into firing range, they'll kill you because of the bucking ball. You got to keep kiting them back and shoot them as they try and walk up to you. Never let them get into contact with you. Even right here, you could probably tell his infantry and see if you can snipe Doubleday, maybe even use this to get around. But even if you do get around here, you get charged in the back by an Iron Brigade. Stonewall and Iron Brigade units are the most elite units in the game. And who's this? 1st Corps redeeming his blunder on the left flank, showing him that screw you. If those canisters weren't there, I would have broken through. And he is breaking through. Oh, this is beautiful. If he can break through here and organize and capitalize on this right here, he's got to take out these guns. He's got to shoot these guns. But again, he doesn't know. Hopefully he does some canister. Oh, shifting reserves. Volunteer being pulled out. You got 3 volunteer units here being rushed into the gap to try and support. Oh, he's trying to run for him now. See, he doesn't know he can just shoot them. Now he's getting very tired trying to run up to him. And he's just cut that unit off. The unit's cut off now. Let's see if I'm morale penalty now. See? It's cut off. And he may get those guns, but you lost your unit. And getting fired, enfiladed. Exhausted. That's horrible. Exhausted means they're done. They can't fight, really. That's a shame. The 1st Corps playing brilliant. 3rd Corps just came into position late, and 2nd Corps is not. He could be doing 10 times more damage. Oh, the Irish Brigade. Is that the Irish Brigade? No. Irish Brigade being pulled back. Holy shit. If these are the Irish Brigade right here, it'd be done. It'd be over. But you see, he's getting some kills off, but technically this dude would be doing more damage to him than he is to them just because of how many men he has firing. He has fire superiority. So just due to the massive men here, and the fact that 26th North Carolina from 3rd Corps is helping out, they're breaking through here. 26th North Carolina is a star unit, and there you go. Confederate general falls apart. Confederate general routes. Your units will not fight for a general that will not fight for them. Confederate general routes. And Robert E. Lee getting into the mix.
men of
Robert E. Lee
fatigue
is on the front
must
lines.
rest awhile.
It's unfortunate. Rallied by ability. Yeah. So it looks like, again, he tried to come through here, but then just got charged in the back by the Caswells. Now you have canister going off, hitting their own men, but again, trying another push against this hill here. Looks like he was able to take out a majority of these 10-pounders, but it's over at this point. You're outnumbered now. And stop running your men in the position. Oh God. I know you're fighting an uphill position, but you'll just tire them out before you ever get in the position. It's a shame. Beautiful battle, absolutely beautiful battle. I mean, like the Confederate. I mean, again, the whole point of this map is that the position is extremely ridiculously hard to take. Again, if I think a third corps is in the position and they step up exactly, you know, when first corps and second corps arrived, I think it would have been a little better. But just the second, I told you these reserves. You see them. This is all the reserves right here. I was telling you about. These reserves weren't here. That had been done. This had been broken through long ago. They're getting blundered down. Now he's trying to rush through what reserves he has left, see if he can again capitalize on this spot here. I mean, they're doing good. It's just they waited too long. And splitting your force in half never works out good. The 14th North Carolina and the 3rd Alabama are good units. You have so little of them firing. So little of them firing, man. You have maybe 50 guys here firing, and you have 100 men not firing. Yeah, see the way he's lined up? You have 2 units with maybe 100 men firing when you have a potential of, you know, 350, 450 men firing when he has 500 men firing because of the way he lined up on you. So, he just outguns you. That's why you gotta spread your men out. Proper lines of battle, guys. This is a civil war. Proper lines of battle. Proper support behind your attacks. And yeah, men are starting to get tired. Once they get tired, let me see here. Yep, very tired. I mean, they start to fall apart regardless. They're not invincible. Another dedicated attacker in the center with 3rd Corps. And first corps. First corps is doing it, but he's running into position. There you go. He's starting to break, but the more he runs, the worse his men are going to get. So Confederates are doing extremely well considering the odds. Extremely impressive playing. Again, good job shifting, you know, reserves when you saw you needed to by the Union forces. You have Caswell's and Hayes Division fighting off against dismounted Hampton's Legion and Montgomery and Baldwin Blues.
Our men are running.
Just, I mean, at this point, they're exhausted and they have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 units there versus your 2, 4, 6. So you're out, you know, he has 11 to 6 on you. Even with the lead here, it's not good. Ooh. Deadly canister coming in from these 3 inches here onto the back of these men. If you can help it, never, ever, there you go, perfect. Use some men to lock it down, but come around them. You cannot attack a formed unit head on. The technology of 1864 just doesn't allow for it. You take too much damage. You see the blood spills coming from these guys. So ashamed. He can even just attach a small sharpshooter unit to go try and run that down, but he just doesn't understand you can just shoot it and kill it in 3 seconds. Even this skirmisher unit, please go take it out. You're losing so many men over.
Our men are running.
3rd Corps, Anderson's division coming in to fire infilated. That's good, but oh, more second. And it's the Irish Brigade. That's it. That's it. That's the nail on the coffin right there. Good job by 1st Corps against all odds breaking through. But now you have Irish Brigade. And the Irish Brigade will make you feel it. Your unborn son will feel the Irish Brigade destroying you. That's how bad it is. Yeah, and there goes Baldwin Blues and Montgomery True Blues wrapping on the right flank. I told you the second this all steps off, it's over. The 2nd Corps can't hold it off. Greg's Brigade breaking, that's a star unit that was helping support this. Gordon's Brigade's still here, which is good, but the Iron Brigade's in combat with them. Iron Brigade again. Iron Brigade and Storm Brigade, the best units in the game, so. You should have just sat there and shot them. Oh, God. This they're very lucky. This Pickett defense, I think that Pickett defense is taking a lot of the damage. Still, again, they just lost like 20 men in that volley. Yeah, they're shooting this Pickett defense, and they're shooting. Oh, making them push off the Irish Brigade a little bit. Now get onto that fence. Again, the battery is still here. Oh my God. Poor bastards, man. If they only knew. If they only knew, man. Jeez. Beautiful game, guys, by the way. Beautiful game. Melee's still going on. 26th North Carolina and Greg's Brigade. South Carolinians and North Carolinians not giving themselves against Union veteran and Iron Brigade. But here comes, yeah, the flank fell apart. He's trying to use his 12-pound Napoleons to hopefully drive him off. Hopefully he's canistering. Please tell me he's canistering. But again, about to see what happens if you just shoot artillery. Already lost 2 men in one volley. Oh, get him some good kills back on him. Yep, get him some good kills. Oh, you're about to rout them, actually. Casualties sustained during battle, and they're very tired. Now 19 men dead. Ooh. This is good, actually. Keep this up. Oh, no. Don't let those guys get in there, man. Don't let them get in there. Oberdane sharpshooters getting into it, man. And they got it. We got it. Ooh, they routed him. Get back on. Man the guns again. Man the guns again. Oh my God. Hayes is exhausted. Because they were exhausted now that they routed. Also, if they're exhausted, they lose. Oh, and they won the melee here. Oh no, they didn't. Still, I lied. Yeah, the reserves came off this hill and just came into the back of First Corps. And that's a wrap. Oh man, really close. Despite all the odds, despite stepping off late, despite everything against him, just like the historical Confederates, despite everything against him, almost did it. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant battle. Beautiful. Taking on the canister, but you see now they're just falling apart. See how depleted they are just because they're shooting them. Even with these depleted guys are shooting them. Hampton's Legion getting in on it, man. Are they mounted? No, they're not. They're not mounted. Doing a lot of damage though. You see how the canister's going through their own backs. Hampton's Legion doing a lot of damage. See how ranked they are.
We have killed their general, sir. Now they must pray.
Killed the Union general. Who was that? Who was that right there? Who just died? Drifter's general died, but who's Drifter's general? Oh, that Robert E. Lee? Did you just kill Robert E. Lee? No, it's Senator Drifter. I was about to say, did you literally just kill Robert E. Lee? Yeah. So it must have been Drifter here on this far left, and Drifter's general now here. Fighting for his life. Was fighting for his general staff goes down with him to the Bucktail Brigade. Takes the honor of taking down the Confederate general and the Confederate general staff. Anderson's division still alive after all that. Anderson's and Gregg still alive. Second Corps holding on with whatever it's got. Despite his NTW3 playing, he's actually doing incredibly well. Very much props to whoever's playing Third Corps. The men are exhausted. See, he pulled that out so he could save his the Gordons is lost regardless. He only have 69 men left. There's still 122 men in this 26th North Carolina, but him pulling his out to save that unit. Now he can start an organized retreat back across the field and back across Gettysburg Road. Greg's Brigade getting charged. Archers trying to form a defense. Anderson's division is trying to form a defense. First Corps now coming down after against them, and nothing. First Corps just absolutely gave it its all, and it's gone. Good fighting, guys. Amazing fighting. Second Corps, Gordon's Brigade just routed. 26 routed, very tired, concerned in the back was faced towards the enemy. That's 2 star units routed. Gordon's Brigade was a star unit routed now. Another Gordon's, Johnson, Louisiana. They lost 3 of their 4 star units. So it's a lot of morale boost lost there. Who's pushing out from first Corps? Wadsworth, Bucktail, and Bucktail. So the Bucktail Brigade, supported by Wadsworth, is doing a counter charge on the field here. And somebody is shooting General Lee. Or it's just overhead fire, but yep. Someone's shooting General Lee. You may see the death of General Lee right here. There we go. General Lee's out of here. He's lost his entire staff. Literally his entire staff. He's the only one left. And General Lee's off the field. Archer's Brigade moving up. Or what's left of it. Brilliant battle here. Really good playing. First and third Corps. Again, second Corps, you're really hindered by the way you're playing, but when we're talking about second Corps, really hindered by the way you're playing, but regardless, you still did very well. Again, Union just really good job putting reserves where you needed to. If you didn't, you would have lost. So, very good management by First Corps in terms of reserves and morale across the board. Good job. Andersons and Archers holding the Alright, second Corps here. This is it. Got Gordon's, returned Gordon's Brigade and the Johnsons. Allegheny Johnson holding. Wish we had the actual Allegheny Johnson here just whacking Confederates with his big stick. Archers Brigade. Looks like these are captured men of that gun unit from where was that gun at battery at? The battery right here. Looks like these are captured men of Second Corps who were over here. Looks like, yeah, all these guys would be captured in real life. Johnson's, Gordon's, most of Gordon's men. This one Gordon Brigade holding to the last, refusing to retreat. Forward is the order they did. Lost its standard bearer. Flag bearer staff is gone. Again, just look how little. Again, look on the first two rows really firing. Maybe one dude in the back. It's a shame. I haven't quite suffered 50% casualties yet, but suffering quite a bit. And again, 140 I said was about when they start to break, and there you go. At about 140, and he goes. Completely surrounded. Again, brilliant game, guys. Absolutely beautiful. Holy crap. Thank you very much to the 69th North Carolina guys for sending this in to me and supporting the ACW. And remember to make sure to like and subscribe, guys. This shit's awesome. I knew you guys liked it. It's responding very well to this stuff. So I thought I'd give you even better when I already have. I've released 2 videos so far. Made this commentary style. It's got a lot of support. So I'm doing more for you guys. It should be a almost 1-to-1 size recreation of Battle of Sharpsburg, Cornfield Battle, and then this here. A lot more. Community is very active for this mod, sub-mod at least. And because of people like you who support them. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate 69th guys especially. It looks like Gordon's just barely able to sneak out. The Gordon Brigade makes it out, just barely. Being able to sneak out around them. They will live to fight another day. Ooh, who comes back here? 3rd Corps 24-pound howitzer. Back here. And Anderson's division. Again, Anderson out. Yeah. Holy shit. But they're exhausted, so that means they're pretty much trash. And please don't be cancering. Honestly, we should just take away the option to cancel. Nope. Well, there you go. Shooting artillery and you're just watching it fall apart. Yep. That's all he had to do on that flank. If he had done that on a flank, that would have been GG for 5th Corps. and the Confederates would have won this. But again, first corps, just due to the way the old mod was made, and not the way the sub mod is now, but the old, the way the old one was made, you couldn't do it really. Now it's more historically realistic. A formed infantry line can destroy unprotected battery. The exhausted Andersons not giving it up. Protecting the batteries to the last. And none of them have their loads. Oh, I don't think they're firing it well, actually. Yeah, they're set off fire at will. They're not firing. There you go. That might be them saying close the shooting range, the Hayes' division. Yep, they're about to fire. Nope, no, they're reforming. There we go, now these guys are firing. They're facing the Irish Brigade, Hayes' and Buckfield. They give zero shits. Stop running them, no, no. God, you put them back into the dust, they got back into very tired. Their accuracy, their melee, their charge, their morale, it's all shit. And they ran it. Nope, one person just came back. It's the Gordons! I told you the Gordons would be back to fight another day. Holy crap, they are not giving up. That Gordon's brigade held to the last, routed and got out from being surrounded, and came back, suffering way over 50% casualties. Holy crap. And he's just running them back in so they can route again really quick. Coming in behind these first corps skirmishers. There you go. Alright, guys. And Lee will organize a defensive retreat back into Virginia. Great playing by the players. Again, look at the massive army sizes. Alright, so just to go down it. So, 2nd Corps was Moore, who brought 3,200 men, only lost 900, but killed 2,300. Again, that's because 2nd Corps killed not the least, but because that's just because 3rd Corps was in melee. So melee doesn't kill a lot, but melee is decisive. But yeah, definitely could have killed a lot more in 2nd Corps, but 2nd Corps pretty much got free kills because of the way he formed up his men. So 2nd Corps, 3,200, lost 900, killed 2,300. 1st Corps lost deployed 2,800, lost 1,000, and killed 1,900. The 5th Corps deployed 3,500, lost 1,800, the most by far. 2 times 2nd Corps and almost 2 times 1st Corps, and traded for 1,900. Drifter, who's 1st Corps, again, Drifter. Aw, man, I know you're just used to playing the old mod, but you can shoot batteries now. Believe in the sub mod, it's okay. 3,500 deployed, 2,100 lost, 1,300 killed. The best on the field today. 2nd Corps, Hugs, 3,400, 23 lost, 1,100 traded. And then of course RJ with 3rd Corps, 3,000 deployed, 1,900 lost, 800 returned, again because 90% of his troops are in the melee. So check out really quick, we have the pleasure of having, who is this, 5th Corps? We have the pleasure of having 5th Corps replay so we can see his stats. His volunteer did the most with jury swaps. I told you those jury swaps are bad. Doing them 2nd most. General obviously doing the least. Some mid-war getting some kills. Is Canister right here. This is the gun that was Canister and got 1,100 kills. Alright guys, if you guys like this, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Again, make sure to check out the Discord down below and come and support all of this and support the 69th guys and all of us trying to play this mod. Again, thank you to the 69th guys. Hope you all enjoy. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you.